Hello everyone, and welcome back to Calmsden Farm, and it has been a fair while since we've seen each other, so yeah. What I'm going to do here quickly is finish off last bit of cultivation here on field 20. But first, I'm going to show you some clips of what we've done off camera between last time we've seen each other and now. And then we'll see what we've done with our money here. So alright, welcome back to a soggy March, and as you see here, we've just finished up cultivation on field 20, and we've got a nice little cultivator here that we've leased out, but we are going to buy this. This is the, what is it, the case, so yeah, Tiger Mate 255, bit of a funny little hitching mechanism, so go boom, that, we can live with that, so yeah. It has been a hot minute since we've seen each other, and yeah, I do apologise for the lack of content over the last, I think, like 2 weeks, a week or two. I'm just going to quickly turn this around here and come out the gates. But yeah, anyways, I am back to properly making videos, and I thought I'd do a little quick episode here on Calmsden. So yeah, we've been very busy. We've sold the soil fertilizer. We've sold some of the manure that we make, because we make so much manure. And actually, in fact, we need to actually go and resupply the manure factory with some more straw. But I think what I'm going to do, we'll take this to the shop, we'll return this, and then what we'll do, we'll see some of the equipment we've bought, because we got, I think at one point we had like 2.1 million in the bank, and yeah, we've been spending it on some equipment, some of it in preparation for the grapes that we will be doing very soon. But yeah, so a quick drive to the shop, and then we'll see what we've been spending our money on. So here we are at the shop. We've just returned the case that had 0.9 hours of leasing on. I don't want to go to the over hour. And what we've got here is the Rush Smash 12.2, and the reason for the sort of swapping of it is because this is a 12.2 meter working with, and it has served us really well. But the case, Tiger Mate 255, is 18.2 meters working with, so basically what we're doing is getting an extra, well, 50% off working with, so may see some bits that we've bought. We'll go around in a sec, just to get this hooked up like so. So yeah, so there we go, that's there. And what we're also going to do is sell the MAD TGX 26.640, because we really mainly bought it just for the tanker on the back. And don't get me wrong, this was an awesome setup to have, but we'll go over some bits that we've got here. So what we've got on the board is another TLX Phoenix truck. We've got the D60 engine and not the Cummins engine. And we've got the Lizard NKV Universal. I think it's got like a 50,000 capacity, so over double what we've got. But also, apart from grapes that we're planning on doing, we were going to do trees at some point. Don't get me wrong, we will do it. But also, we're going to do some poplar, so I bought a lot of poplar pallets, so we've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 20,000 litres of poplars. I think we may have bought too much here. We've nicely got the poplar planter on here. And also, here's something we don't really actually... Yeah, we didn't need this. Don't get me wrong, but we had the money. And I just wanted to experience the brand new Massey Ferguson 2270 XD. And we got the Massey Ferguson MF8S 245. This has got the... I think this has got the 260 or so horsepower engine. We have a look here. Yeah, 265, so... Do we need this? No, not really. We've got a nice chrome round baler, I think, at the barn, but... We could do some more square bells. Nothing wrong with that, so... So yeah, what I'm going to do quickly is just go and sell some of these equipment. Oh no. Let's repair and repaint first of all. So yeah, we got 185 grand from that. Or no, minus the running costs of... Yeah, that ain't too bad. So yeah. We're going to get these back at some point. And... I think, first of all, we'll just go over some of the bits that we've got here. So... How are animals doing? We did a quick run around, so yeah, sheep need some more water and more grass. Cows need more TMR, which we are nearly at doing. Obviously, previously we've been buying TMR, but there was a nice little mod that came out very recently, the US Animal Food Production, and we can make TMR from that. Our chickens are topped up with food. We've moved the pallets. We haven't sold them yet. But speaking of which, if you go to our production chains, so how is everything doing? It's been a while since I've had that proper look. Yeah, the dairy is a very slow process, so actually what we can do is we'll set you to distribution. Yes, some of it will go to the other production plant that we bought recently by Omatonna, but I'm not too worried about that. We can make some spaghetti. Sunflower, we've got a lot of sunflower oil that we need to sell. Lettuce, we should have sold this over winter, but now prices are starting to drop on those. But I think what I'm actually going to do any strawberries at the bakery? I do not think so, but we're going to do tomatoes, because I want to make some tomato juice. Or tomato sauce. Do we need... No, I don't need strawberries, but we need eggs. Eggs are a big thing. And yeah, we got this fermenter 300 back up and running. We sold the TMR factory and the forage mixture factory, wherever it was. We bought 800,000 litres of silage that were accidentally transported over there. No idea why it went over there, but anyways, we made good use of that. So yeah, we've been running this constantly. And we're making some money. I remember making steady 4,000 or so per hour. I think, yeah, between 4 and 10 grand. I think at one point we actually made like 20 grand per hour. So, Aussie, out of space, because we've got so much electricity here. And what else? Large post fermenter, digestate's doing nicely processing. The slurry's making well. We transport some over. Technically we can get rid of that, and we will get rid of this at some point once all the digestate gone over. So yeah, that's going. Oh, that's good. This has come back now because we off camera. I have some issues with this. So for some reason, like the generator ones, it was showing like all the production stuff, but it wasn't showing the recipe, like the 2 to 4 or 1 to 1.5 ratio. Yeah, for some reason that wasn't shown, but now it is loading in today, so okay, I'm not complaining. How's our wool doing? We need to transport some wool over, but at the moment we're making so much fabric, and yeah, I think to be honest we could do with a second. Yeah, we can do with a second plant, can't we? And second spinnery. Obviously manure, we've run out, so what we're going to do is we're going to make some spaghetti. Also going to make some tomato sauce, so we're going to do that. Actually, well, let's make some mixed salads as well. So what we can do, if we go to the greenhouses. Sorry for rambling on, just so much to do. So we'll get these out to distribution. Storage greenhouse, storage greenhouse. we'll set you to distribution. So we should make some nice tomato juice and tomato salad. So, tomato sauce. Man, I can tell it's been a while since I've been on recording, so yeah. Obviously we may do like, what was it we're going to do? It wasn't oatmeal, I think it was oat drink, or actually it could have been oat, yeah, it was oatmeal that we was going to do. And we'll get to that situation in the minute, because obviously that's the time we see each other. The worker accidentally seeded field 6, I think it was, and don't worry, I've got rid of that. But since flowers are going to come over here, we could make some bread. Could we? Yeah. But yeah, here it is. US animal foods, and I know we'll be getting some comments about pigs and that. I am going to be redoing pigs at some point, but unlike the other production changes we've had, I actually like this mod very much. Because obviously, with other ones like the TMR Forage Factory, you needed a mineral feed for the cows, which I absolutely hated. Mineral feed, not required for TMR, and extremely expensive, and the ratios we were given with that TMR production plant were, yeah, I didn't like it personally, but that's just me. However, with this, it's all a sort of one-to-one, so 250 litres of mixing, so of silage, hay, straw and silage. Also need a bit of diesel to run this, but to be honest, 0.01 litre of diesel per cycle, or per recipe, and so that's what, 24 litres a month for there, that's 48, I think 0.02, yeah, diesel ain't going to be a problem. I've already transported and bought 21,000 litres of diesel. That's going to last us a while. Don't ignore that red bar. It's going to last us for some time. And also, I think it was like yesterday we got the seed and fertilizer plant, and I am loving the look of this. Obviously, you can put liquid fertilizer in, yep, to obviously get some seed. We're not going to do that. What we could do is put literally slurry in and get some seed. That I do not mind. But it's more for solid fertilizer. All we need to put in is manure and a bit of water. And we got a ton of manure at the moment. So yeah, there's that. And I think let's just do a quick recap. We'll look at the field. So field 20, sorry, has been cultivated. This field here has been obviously cultivated over for what the mistake was. For some reason, worker missed this bit here, but I'm not going to deal with that now. So if we go to our crops now, so don't know why this is shown, but yeah, so 6, 3, and 20 needs planting. Oh crikey! Don't tell me we haven't done field 13 either. Have we done 13? No, we have not. Oh, I didn't realise it was this far back. I thought we did for 13 last episode. Well, we could have talked about it, so yeah. Obviously, we're going to need to do a lot of things. We need to make pig food. And that's the one thing I'm going to prioritise in terms of our planting. We've got some oats going. We've got the contracts to do. And for some reason, it's saying harvesting is at 20%, the contract's done. And when I loaded it in a couple of times today, just to make sure it wasn't a glitch, it said 100% of the product has been transported, which is 20% of the contract. And you also need to do 84% of the harvesting. Well, 84% of the contract is when you fully harvest the field, so overall that 4% you'll keep left over of the crop, which obviously with the recent, I won't call it a buff, I'll call it more of an aneurysm, obviously, of removing the extraordinary amount of money you got from the excessive crop left over in previous updates or prior to update 1.3. But yeah, that's just me personally. And actually, I think it's the cows. Yeah, we've got 67,000 litres of milk. And what I've done with the cows is I put some milk extensions, and I'll put 2 in. So that's going to do as well. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is I want to get the grapes in. I was going to hopefully do it in this episode, but it's raining, perhaps not a good time to put some vineyards in. So I think what I'm going to do is hop into the old faithful case here. Oh, camera angle. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is just do a quick bit of seeding. I may do a little quick time lapse here of getting the seeding done. And then we need to sell a lot of the production stuff because, yeah, we got bread, we got cakes, we got oils to sell, we got everything we need to sell. So yeah, what I'm going to do here is do a quick time lapse, and I'll see you folks in a little while. Hopefully the sun comes out, because at the moment it is, well, typically British. Grey, dull and wet. And we're in spring, which is not surprising. So right then, that did not take too long, and most of the fields have been done. We've done fields 13, 6 and 20, and we all planted different crops. So in this field we planted corn, field 6 we planted sugar beets, and field 20 we planted sunflower. And next we're going to do field 3 for canola. And oh, look at that, 26 grand. 26 or so grand. And yeah, last time at 11 o'clock we got, I think, like 34 grand. And that's just from the BGA. Yes, we had to pay some loan interest in that, but hey, I didn't mind that. And also you can see we did lease the Great Plains planter here. I thought a second planter will definitely speed things up, and it certainly did. We will return this at the end of the day. We actually, how many hours have we got on this? 1.4 hours, so not too bad. Nope, we're not going to go that way. But also, I've got a worker now starting on the field 17 and 16 cotton harvest contract. Quicker we get that done today, the quicker we can send that harvester back. Because it has been slightly draining the bank account a bit, ever so slightly. Oh, I think I was thinking like 16, 17 were going to be ready a lot sooner. But nope, we had to wait an extra, I think, 3 months to be able to harvest it compared to our own cotton fields. on 20. Yeah, I think it was field 20 last time we did cotton, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, so I think really what I'm going to do now is just get started on fields 3. We will return. Actually, yeah, we can return this back because this. Can this do? Oh, this can do canola. This is a planter, but it can do all the crops. So I think I had the other case ready with the Great Plain, not Great Plains, with the Lemkin, the blue cedar that we got. But actually, no, we don't need that. So I am really tempted to sell that and just get this. Because maneuverability ain't too bad. Just got to be slightly careful with some of these roads and some of these bends, but let's see how it navigates in and out of the yards. I think getting it out yard was okay. Of course, because it's a bit long, you do have to be a bit careful, but so you're not too bad. You get a slight bump, but hey. So we've got the fertilizer out ready, we need to get that done as well. But yeah, we're going to do canola in this field. I think this has fertilizer state applied, right? Yep, this has to be fully fertilized twice. All the other fields I don't think has got a fertilizer state. Actually, we can have a little check. Actually, what crops are we growing on 5 in 23? Oh, so that was it. But I think that's actually going to be ready to harvest tomorrow. So yeah, beets in 6, corn in 13, and sunflower in 20. And for some reason, it allows us to go over towards into 22. So I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, I could have waited for a field 1 harvesting contract to do the canola. But obviously with patch 1.3. We're not going to be able to keep much of that, and I'm thinking might as well just do our own canola. Oh, helps if you load implement. And there we go. See, that's going to be on its way. So I'm going to do a quick head in here, and then what I'll do is I'll get the worker set off. It shouldn't take too long to do, and then yeah, we've got some other work to do. May not do it all in this episode, we got the production stuff to deal with. Actually, we can actually start doing TMR production. So actually, you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to say to you, just start working. Yep, you know what? Go in that direction. We will do the manure. I did try to take the manure over into here. Tried to tip it. Would not let me tip for some weird reason, but oh well. So you're working away. This we'll deal with another time. Oh, got milk to do. Got 50,000 liters in here, plus another 45 to do. But I think what we'll do, we'll hop into the Phoenix. And we need to get this last component over to make TMR production, and then at last we can solve our animal feeding crisis that has been plaguing us for the last few episodes now. And actually, speaking of hay, I did forget to say we actually did off camera a lot of work on our grass field. So this has been mowed and windrow, so this is grass, this is grass, this is hay, and if we go over to the not so secret meadow, you've also got hay and big piles of hay here that we'll collect in the next episode. Oh, my stack of furniture's fallen over, got to get that sorted. Also, we've got silage in the fermenting silo, so yeah. Where do we need to go from here? So, workers going on there, so we need to go over here. So we can go down. Yeah, I think we'll go down around. Wait a minute. What are you doing here? why is... Well, this is me we're talking about here, folks, so chances are I left it there for some whatever reason. But yeah, so I'm going to get us over, because we've got the silage and the straw over. We got a bit of diesel in, so now we'll take this 250,000 years of hay, and we'll send this over. Yeah, I want to go right here. Does that stuff even run over? Oh, just a dog. Nope, don't you see that, folks? We did not run over a dog just now. No animals were harmed in production of this episode, apart from maybe our sheep and cows. Just don't tell Peter that. But anyways, as I was saying, we'll take this over and better see how much we can get. Now what I've done is I activate all three productions of TMR for the small cows, medium and large amount of cows. I'm guessing like the amount of cows or estimates like how much TMR you're going to actually need in a month, so I could be wrong on that, but if we activate all of them, which we have, hopefully we should get even more TMR per month. Oh, there's a contrary over there. And I'll go over this very bumpy terrain here. There's the cotton bale gone. So yeah, oh look at that, we've got some clothes. Got some clothes. We'll deal with you next time. No, we've still got these two cotton bales here, so 3,100, 3,500, so a lot less, but dang, that is a lot of cotton. That's what we'll do with the leftover cotton bales, I think. Actually, when's it a good time to sell cotton, actually? Since we haven't got seasons running, best time to sell cotton is in February, 4,116. At the moment was around about 4 grand in that, so it's starting to come down. So to be honest, if we sell the cotton today, we'll be in the money. Ignore that straw pile over there, that was a mistake I made off camera. We'll just gloss over that. Which one is it? Is it here we've got to dump this into? Yeah, looks like it, the big chimney stack. Let's double check. Nope, nope. Where's the... There we go, that's what we want. So yeah, all this needs now is hay. And the maximum capacity of each type is 500,000 litres, so this should be enough. Dump the hay in. It's going to take a little bit of time to completely unload. So yeah, we've got hay going in. Oh, look at that. Lovely, lovely hay. And are we making TMR? Yes, we are. And that is all the hay in. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward. Oh no, hours. 1 hour. So let's go see how much TMR we're going to make in just under an hour. We made another like 26 grand from the BGA, but yeah, in just under an hour we've got 15,000 litres of TMR to mix rations. So oh yes, I am keeping this. I'm going to let this run. In terms of how much it's going to use, like, actually, if I could get a calculator here a sec. So there we go. Sorry about that. I had to look for my phone. So yeah, if we go and try, just do a quick multiplication of how much we're going to get. So 240 cycles per month for all of this. So if we get 300, actually no, let's go with, yeah, let's go with hay actually, because that's going to be the hardest one I think to get. Got a lot of straw in storage. So 300 plus 150 plus 75. That's going to be 525 times that by 240. 525 times by 240. That is 126,000 litres of hay. So, yeah, that's going to last us 2 months of hay. So we've got 2 months of hay, 2 months of silage, and about a month and a half of straw, I think. If my math is correct there. But if we look at the actual TMR we're going to get, so 750, 1750. Times that by 240, so per in-game month, we're going to get 420,000 litres. Technical difficulties there of dropping my phone. As I was saying, we're going to get 420,000 litres of total mix rations, and so yeah, this time next month, or well, end of April, we're going to have like 700,000 litres of TMR, and that is absolutely outstanding, if I have to say so myself. So yeah, actually we'll put some more manure in here. Will it accept all of it this time? Yes, it will. So now we look at that, and that is going well. We can do again the fertilizer production on the way. But to be honest, actually, we could just look at getting some seed production perhaps on the go. Or maybe a bit of both, why not? So if you go over here, we've got lettuce in storage. We should have some flour in storage. Do we? A little bit of flour. So not a lot of flour in storage. That, yeah, we need to get that on the way again. But yeah, we're just sort of very limited on fabric at the moment, so really we could do with another spinnery. Electricity is being doubly charged. Not sure what you would call it, overcharging, or I know with general power production you get the generator, you put it into a substation via high voltage power lines, so you get low voltage power cables and out power the town. But how do you double that? Is that a real thing? Double the power? I'm pretty sure not. But yeah, so yeah, the BGA is definitely underway, and we need to make more silage. Like, yeah, we're going to run out of silage very soon, so that's going to be another day's problem. Got so many productions underway. Got, yeah, 260,000 litres of silage in there, so we can transport that over. Sunflower oil, like a lot of these production stuff I'm going to deal with next time round. Because yes, if you just head over to here, we've got a lot of sugar. We've got 1, 2, 6. So yeah, 6, 12, 24, 36,000 litres plus another 1, 2, 3, 42,000 litres. We've got 55,000 litres of sugar. And that is a lot of money. And again, let's see how much sugar we actually can sell for. Obviously, sugar, best time to sell is around June, I should know, September. So yeah, we're definitely coming up there, so perhaps we can hold on to a little bit longer, perhaps. But yeah, so that's going to net us like what, 55, 80 grand's going to net us. Honey, we got tons of. Sunflower oil, best time to sell, yeah, around about now. So I think next episode, just you know what, I think we're just going to sell a lot of this. We've got lots of cakes and a lot of bread. And I suppose a lot of this we don't need, like Just like, oh, just a mess. I forgot about this mess I made. Just, yeah, so much to do, so many, yeah. But yeah, so I think for next episode, what we'll do is certainly get everything sold. And what else? Perhaps they try to get some seed and fertilizer being produced. Honey, we've got tons of honey. I think eggs, to be honest, we can sell the eggs. I don't really need cakes at the moment. So I think, you know what, next time, get a big trailer and, well, big trailer can get on this map, like a fit in narrow lanes. And yeah, just simply get everything loaded up and just do a massive sell. Of course, I was going to put my pallet stacking abilities to the test. Well, it's going to be worth it, even if it's just for the laughs and that of me trying to stack it and it'll all just fall over. Ooh. So some more in there. But yeah, manure. Definitely not an issue anymore. And this is before putting like the 400 or 500 cow pasture in. I have tried looking at places on where to put it. I know in reality Calmsden Farm, not the best map for having 500 cows in one place, but like off camera I looked at the little grass field next to field 35 and that. Not a secret meadow, if I show you on the map. Yeah, I tried here. A lot of landscaping is required, barely fits in there. I've looked at fields 10, I looked at field 7. And again, a lot of landscaping is needed because it's so huge, so vast. Yeah, just a lot of space is needed for that. So whether or not we actually get those cows, probably not, but I won't rule it out. Pigs we're definitely going to do. I know I'll satisfy some of my viewers. So I know I'll be getting a lot of comments about it, whereas pigs, now we did pigs before, but it's one of the things, I tried it, gave up, because I thought it wasn't really profitable, but especially buying pig food perhaps, but what we could do is get like a pigsty in, buy some pig food initially, and within half a year in game, we're going to have a ton of pig food. Especially since we're running with seasons off, so yeah, that's a bonus for us. Actually, do I have the pigsty mod installed? So no, there's a couple that's come out recently. They got these large pig enclosures. These were by, I think these were by Alien Jim, right? The animal placeables pack. So yeah, we've got the pigsty. Really, that's more profitable because we can have 500 pigs versus 300. But again, it's just finding space for it. Like reality, perhaps we could have used some field 6 here for it. It looks pretty flat, so minimum landscaping requirement. Bit steep over here. Again, yeah, just again Calmsden, not a perfectly flat map. I don't put everything into one area. Perhaps we could get something like one of the £1,000,000 development ads and just develop a animals paradise in there. Actually, we could do that, couldn't we? Especially since we're doing great, so we're gonna get a lot of money. Like milk alone, we're gonna get like 250, 300 grand from the milk. So again, it's not something I would rule out. What about here? Ooh, I know this was the original pigsty. Bit of landscaping is required. I know. Try to think where would be the best place to put it. If we put it, say, here, to the left would be the water trough and animal trigger and sorry. Actually, well, let's do just a quick test demo. I'm not going to actually put it in, but perhaps. How bad will it look? Just show you what I mean by the cows and that. If we go to the cows, yeah, barely fits. You can just about get it in, like 24 grand in landscaping. 312 for that. If we go to the pigs, again, a bit off at 8 grand in landscaping. Actually, what I'll do, just do a quick save. Because I do not want to cock this up, because that's the thing, when doing anything with landscaping or terrain forming, make sure you save the game, especially if you're on console. It's hard to revert back to an old save. Actually, it was impossible pretty much. If you do this and then save the game again on PC, you can look at the XML files and all that good stuff. But how bad will this be? Again, try to put into a bit of a realistic space, so you've got, try to think, just try to find a spot that won't be as bad. 6 grand, yeah, 255. You know what? Just gonna close my eyes and place. How bad is it? Actually, that ain't too bad. Actually, seen that. It is really not too bad. Got plenty of space. Lost a bit of the grass, but again, not too worried about that. Yes, I could toggle the just place anywhere I want, but then again, you'll have some terrain issues with that. But could we actually do some landscaping? So if we soften this, mine's going down, so we're softening it to a degree. See where the patch is slightly changing on the terrain, so actually, to be honest with that, I can live with that. We could do some work on this, put some meadow grass in. I know this ain't yeah, that ain't perfectly square, like big gap there. It's not any gap there, so. But again, and actually I like how sort of like the mud here runs up, just goes boop, boop around. We can really get some imagination work done here. Actually, what? Let's try to quickly get this a bit landscaped up properly, yeah? So I think this could actually get done properly. So there we go, that is that done, and to be honest, I'll say I'm quite actually pleased with myself how that went. But what we've got done here at the moment, we've got the baler here because we're going to pick up some grass bales. Well, make some of them, pick some up, and then quick transport them over to the sheeps. And ready for the next episode, I think we'll do that because they need some grass. Thought they need hay or grass like in 19, but nope, just grass they need. So the hay we use that for TMR production, so not too shabby. But yeah, I actually quite like it, like the texturing, with the texturing pack. Can't remember who that was by. But yeah, terrain editing, not too bad, not too janky. Perhaps like some of these corners is a bit like how the terrain's sort of forming in that. But all in all, I am actually quite happy with that. So we can get 300 pigs. And I think what we'll do, if we say get, I think out of 300, we'll get sort of like 50 pigs. So we'll get some Berkshire cows, we'll get some little piglets, and we'll get some adult pigs. So a bit of a little mixture in there. So now they should be over here. Oh yeah, they're absolutely tired. Hello little piggy. You starving? You want some water in that? I think they got water. Does it need water? Nope. It's automatically pumped in, I think. Because the pig food goes in there. Ignore this bit over here. Guess this is where the straw goes in, so yeah, not too bad. So that will get done in the next episode. I think, you know what? We'll just buy some pig food for the time being. Actually, I have no idea how much I'm going to need, so have a little look here. So 900 for 1,000 litres. Do I have any other bags and that for pig food? 1,000 for 1,000, that's TMR. Have a little look. We can buy individual pallets for pig food, perhaps. Yeah, we could do that. Oh no. Oh, look at that. 1,000 or 5,000 litres of pig food. I think 5 pallets will be enough for now. So yeah, now we need to get the grass baled up, so we'll go over here into the grass field here and we'll get some grass done. Let's just open the menu here. Make sure we get the big bells, because we don't need to do any wrapping, so I forget how big these bells are. Of course the pickup ain't gonna be great in that because obviously it's just such a big swath in that. We've got 2 bells already. We're gonna have a lot of grass bells, so I suppose I think we'll do about 10 bells, I think. But yeah, so that's where we're gonna leave it today. So next time, sell all the production stuff we've got, the sunflower oil, bread, cakes that I've got somewhere, sugar in that, so the milk as well. But also we need to get, of course, the rolling done. The fields are nearly done. I think field 6 needs a little bit more of seeding done in the corners where the worker can do it. I think what else do we need to do? Poplars would do, perhaps not in the next episode, we'll do poplars in the following episode perhaps. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, smash that button. Feel free to comment down below. If you want to share some, please be my guest. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, then please consider. But, without further ado, hope everyone has a nice day. But for now, this is me, Farmer EnvoyXtreme, and I'll see you all very soon.